Alrighty, here's one of my favorites. Apocalypse Now by Francis Ford Coppola. First thing first, I want to talk about how great this case cover is. Just, with the bridge down here, fantastic. This movie is always talked about as like one of the best war films ever made. Do I think it's the best war film ever made? No. Is it on my list of top 5 war films? Of course it is. It's really quotable. It's hard hitting when it needs to be. One of my favorite things to play with this. One of my favorite games to play with this movie is spot where the budget went. Easy answer is the helicopters, the bridge, all that fun stuff. Anywho, so yeah, this is again one of my favorite war movies. Surprisingly, this is like almost, there's like 2 hours or something, 2:33, 2 hours 33 minutes, and it's all in one tape. Like that's wild. So, look at this. Look at how everything heavy as hell. Francis Ford Coppola, director of The Godfather, Godfather 2. This stars Martin Sheen, one of my favorite actors personally, who's assigned to get a rogue soldier played by Marlon Brando because he's just gone crazy in the jungle. They have to find him and stop him. So they get on this boat and they travel up the river or down the river. I think it's up the river. It's up the river. And dusty. And it's up the river, and they run into a bunch of different people along the way. A bunch of different things happen related to war. Very interesting stuff, honestly. It does a lot to go into like the horrors of war, and for 79, that's, or 70, was it 78? No, it's 1979. Yeah. This is 79. Definitely not the first of its time, but like to talk about the Vietnam War so close to when it ended. There's a Dead as Deer Hunter, which I'll talk about sometime later. Again, fantastic. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite war films. And again, to just talk about the case real quick. This is like, again, case is fantastic. The text is like scratched in with paint. Really good stuff. This is the original version, obviously. Pacing in here is tight. Real tight. Some people think it's boring. I don't really think so. I think it's just Francis Ford. I think it's just Coppola's way of directing things. I don't think it's bad. I think it's pretty good. However, we also have the Blu-ray here. The 2-disc Blu-ray special edition that has both the original and the Redux. And the Redux kind of blows because when they're going up the river, spoiler warning, who is it? I think it's Fishburne? Lawrence Fishburne, I think, is in this. Really young. Let me look on the back real quick. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne is in this, and I believe he lied about his age to get on the project. And I'm like, why wouldn't you? It's a Coppola production. He did Godfather 1 and 2, like, of course. And now he's doing a war movie? Sign me up. Spoiler alert, spoiler warning, when he gets shot and killed, they end up at this French chateau and they bury him there in the Redux version. And they spend a lot of time with these French people. And it doesn't feel like it adds much to the story. I remember I was watching the Redux the first time, and I actually remember stopping watching there because it just, I fast forwarded through it because it just kept going. And I feel like the pacing, I feel like that was removed for a very good reason because it slows the movie to a halt. Like the additional stuff with, I'm forgetting names again, time to look at the back. Robert Duvall. The stuff with Robert Duvall that they added in, I like that. More of that stuff's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't really think the French stuff was needed. Other than that, Great transfer. I know there's a better one out right now, but you know this is around for like $5, so I'd get that if you want both versions for like cheap. I think I bought this at Target like 2 years ago. But yeah, definitely recommend checking it out. Some of my favorite stuff is, of course, when they get to Marlon Brando, and again, another spoiler alert. When Martin Sheen kills him, just the parallel action there is fantastic. And they've got the, the Doors. Come on, baby, take a chance with her. Yeah, fantastic stuff. Dennis Hopper coming in, I love it. It's just, honestly, it is. I'm gonna go back and say it. Honestly, it is probably one of the best war movies ever made. I think. Like I said, so quotable. The hotter. Just love this movie. But yeah, and I'll throw my top 5 war films up real quick in no particular order. Apocalypse Now, Quiet on the Western Front, Deer Hunter. I gotta look at my shelf. Deer Hunter, Bridge on the River Kwai, and then I think it's Lawrence of Arabia, which is technically a war movie. I think I knocked Full Metal Jacket out after watching Deer Hunter because I didn't want to lock Lawrence or Bridge because David Lean knows how to direct a freaking movie, man. But yeah, that's all I got to say about this. I'd rate this. I'd probably rate this a 10 out of 10. Redux, I'd rate like 9 out of 10 because of the pacing issue. Other than that, yeah, check back in tomorrow for another video.